All right, guys, so I am just sitting by the window here, the back door, the balcony, and I just finished some work with some weights. So what I'm going to do next is I had a phone call in between my workout, and it was my neighbor from when we were on the south end of town, South Nevada. Um, and ever since I've gotten here in Colorado, we have gotten along great. Plus, his friend was my other neighbor, and the neighbors upstairs. We got along great. Everybody in that cute little neighborhood. It was a rough neighborhood, but I mean, there are places that are worse. So, I invested in the kids over there a lot, bringing them to church and just, handing out evangelism stuff on the door and, eventually reaching out to the teen boys upstairs and inviting them to church, etc. So, two of the girls I absolutely love as if they're my own, we've talked about getting together. We were going to get together right before I went to New Hampshire, but I really wanted to take care of storage over there. So they're coming over tonight. Yay! These girls just light me right up. They are amazing girls, absolutely amazing. And they're going to be something one day. They will. They're just too smart to not be. So they're just amazing. So they've been busy in school and stuff. So they're going to be over tonight, and they're going to stay over tonight. And then tonight, I'm going to head out for a swim by myself. And then tonight, they'll be swimming with me. So, and they'll stay over until tomorrow. So, guys, I don't have grandkids yet, right? So when you don't have grandkids, make sure you're available, to other kids and dads, you know. There's a lot of single moms, a lot of single dads. Make sure you're available, too, to give them a break. To say, hey, yeah, bring your kids over and we'll have fun and you get a break to go do stuff. So, I'm excited to see these girls. And my channel is a little bit different. I want to say a couple things. My channel, I have videos going usually now full time, all day, because there is so much I want to cover, especially with the pro-life movement. And there's just, never enough time, never enough videos to get the message across. And eventually I will be on the sidewalks in a mobile bus. I'm still waiting to do that to help girls keep their babies. And I'm working on that. I just got an invite to meet the group of insurance agencies. Insurance agents through the insurance agency. So I just got invited to that. And, I've got a lot going on all the time, and I love people, and, I'm just always go, go, go. So I will be doing, a swim for me and then swimming tonight with them. And he said something so nice that I so appreciate it. Now, when you talk about balance, people have been like, oh, you always want a balance in life, right? People have different balances in different seasons in life. So obviously, my kids have always been priority to me, but as I have more time now to reach out to other families, I'm really loving this. So he said, he was just like, how are you doing? And I'm like, good, how are you and everything? And, we caught up, and he said, you are one of the first ones who, really reached out to my daughters and you back in the neighborhood, and you are so nice. You treated my daughter so well. And this is a very protective dad, and he's a good dad and everything. And he's like, I so appreciate you. And, I know who the grandmother is and everything. So, I've gotten to know his family a little bit. So it is so nice to have people, when you have family, attacking you. Like I just shared in a video, my mother-in-law and, the whole family can't appreciate somebody who's been in their life who has been good to them. It is so nice to have someone appreciate what you do. And he's just like, you are so good to them. So I am. I love kids. I've always loved kids. I love to be around kids. They're like the coolest people. So so they're gonna be over. I already in my head have plans. I'm like, okay, are we gonna do ice cream? Are we gonna do this? Are we gonna do that? And I love to spoil kids. I love to have fun, spoil them. So I am so looking forward to this. So looking forward to it. So that's kind of what I love to do. And I tend to, if there's kids that are just like, really bratty and they don't want to listen, it's kind of like, well, I won't be investing in you I'll invest in you, but your behavior has dictated you will not be getting, spoiled as much. So there was one kid in the neighborhood. There was only one. And he just, yeah, not good. Worshipping Satan and all this stuff. So I wasn't going to be part of that. But, kids are amazing because they're just like the kingdom of God. Jesus says they have great faith, and our faith should be like a child's. And unless a child has been brainwashed to believe in Satan, something's happened, right? Or, there were other issues, most kids, they are like this soil that just is ready to receive God and to hear his word and to act on it. And they're so sensitive and they just want to obey God. And this is why I think it's easier to witness to children than it is to elderly people, because elderly people tend to be stuck in their ways. There's just one way to think. There's only one way to do things, instead of opening up and seeing their need for Christ. And I'm not saying this is all elderly people. There are some who are like, yeah, I know I'm dying and I need God, right? But for the most part, the children are the ones. And I met a guy yesterday at the pool and we were chit-chatting, and he's a Christian, and we were talking, and he had said, oh yeah, I've been to that church and they have a ton of stuff for kids. So I had decided not to go to one church because they didn't have a lot going on for kids. Kids are a huge ministry, and we want kids in churches and we want kids programs because, like right now we're in the battle for souls. We see kids with abortion, dying left and right, little babies. We see kids being brainwashed in public school. So we need to invest in kids so that the next generations have something, right? Until Christ comes. So, this guy was cool too with his kids. He's like, his kid took his phone and he's like, you give me that phone right now or I'm going to kick your butt, And he's like, you don't give that to me, you're getting a whooping when you get home. So, just a father who knows his role. And he's like, you're going to give me that phone right now. And, I think, there's a place for that. There's a place for a father to say, hey, don't you take my phone and, disrespect me or whatever. So, another good dad just telling his kid the way it's going to be. So we are living in a day and age where kids don't want to, respect parents. They don't want to honor them. They don't want to, and honor is not, hey, let me go do whatever you say. Let me just not talk about God because you don't like it. That's not honor, right? Honor is honoring someone's position, right? That they are your mother or father, and you need to honor that. There's some weight there. But it's not, no, I'm not going to give up my faith because you don't like it. That's what I have been asked in a million ways, and that ain't happening because God is our Father up in heaven, and He is the priority. And as you read about narcissist mothers, my mother-in-law, a lot of times you just want to put your foot down and be like, okay, I can, if you're in relationship, most of the time it's best to cut it off because they will not change. But if you're in relationship, ladies, this is what I said. I had talked to another lady who said her mother is just like, if you don't stay here with the grandkids in this area, I'm not talking to you. We're done. And I said to her, aren't you married? And she's like, yeah, I've been married a while. And she just doesn't want to respect my boundaries because she's lonely, you know? So she had to have a talk with her. She had to sit down and have a talk with her and say, look, I'm married. This is my life. These are my decisions. So you are going to have to confront, ladies, you know, if you have a mother-in-law who doesn't want to respect your boundaries. And if she tries something again and you're in relationship with her, you have to clamp down on it. You have to. Because she will not respect you until you teach her to respect you. And, you know, like I said, I've got other ladies in my life. There's one lady, the way she presents herself, automatic respect. Automatic, just boom. And that's how we want to relate to other women. Like, just respect me and we will get along great. So there is a time, guys, and this is the balance, to be really nice, especially with kids. You can really love kids. They're so easy to love. Be nice, you know, filled with the spirit. But if someone tries something, like my mother-in-law, and she wants to see how far she can go, just like a child who's spoiled, it's boom. This is the boundary for you, mother-in-law or not. And that's kind of how you have to do it, guys. And if you have people at work, too, who want to, you know, whether you want to get a better job or whether you don't care for a particular person or whatever, you've got to keep those boundaries up and be able to have a strong sense of self. And when you're dealing with a narcissist, as I've watched some videos recently, the best way to deal with a narcissist is to continue to have a strong sense of self. Because the more you know yourself, the more they can't penetrate and get in there with you. And eventually they'll go off and pick on someone else because they know that they can push them around. But there has to be respect between women. And just like men need respect. Men need respect like the air they breathe. And women need a lot of love from men. So that's kind of like a little bit of a different type of respect. That's different with men, I believe, than with women. I think with women it's kind of a respect like, yeah, you know, you're accepted, you're loved, you're cool. I love your hair. I love how you look. I love how you take care of yourself. There's a sense of like respect, but more love, I think, with women. Where men, I think it's more submission, respect, obedience, space for men. They need their space. They need to be able to go in their cave. They need to be able to have their hobbies and things they like to do. And, you know, and not be made to look like they're an idiot, which many men are. But you got to let them think that they are the boss. You really do. You got to let them think that they win most of the time. Okay, guys, thanks for joining me.